Hello everyone, Dr. Beth here, and welcome to another episode of The More You Know, Osteoporosis. So this week we're going to start covering the types of exercise that you can do to improve your bone health. But first, I think we need to understand how exercise helps us build stronger bones. In order to do that, we're going to talk about Wolff's Law. Wolff's Law states that our body adapts to the stresses that are placed on it every single day. And this is really important, especially for bone. So our muscles are attached to bone, okay? And when we move our arms, when we move our bodies, when we exercise, the muscles are literally pulling, they're kind of tugging on the bone a little bit. And that's the signal for our bodies to build stronger bones. Conversely, if we have a sedentary lifestyle and we're not exercising or moving on a regular basis, our bones are not getting those constant signals, the pulling on the bone from the muscle, and it doesn't think that we need this bone. And so why would it spend all the time and energy using all of our good nutrients and resources to build healthy, strong bone if it's not something that we need every single day? And so it really is your lifestyle that really helps depict and determine what kind of healthy bone you will or won't have. So what are the best ways to improve bone health? Well, it's all about moving, but it has to be at the right intensity. So the first type of exercise we're going to talk about in these videos is resistance training or strength training. But the important differentiator is it has to be a progressive routine, meaning that it's going to get harder and harder as your body gets stronger to maintain that good bone health. So for example, what kind of equipment can you use for strength training? You can use a variety of things. You can use dumbbells or kettlebells, barbells, you can use resistance bands, you can use those fancy medicine balls, or you can even do a lot of this with your own body weight. But we do find that when you add resistance, external resistance to your body, you're gonna get better results. So resistance training can include exercise like a squat, a deadlift, a bent over row, overhead press, or really any kind of movement that you're doing under resistance. Again, the goal is it should be harder over time, and this is going to ensure that you're going to get the most benefits, not just for your muscles, but for your bone health. So when we talk about strength training, we actually recommend strength training 2 or 3 days a week, making sure you take that rest day in between. If you're exercising at an intensity, at a challenging enough level to build bone health, you will also be building muscle mass and strength. So it is very common to have some muscle soreness if you're doing a progressive resistance training program. Now you shouldn't have a lot of flare-up and pain in your joints, and if you do, you can absolutely consult a physical therapist to make sure you're doing the exercise with good body mechanics, that you didn't increase the weight too high, that you're doing the right number of reps for what you're trying to achieve. But ideally 2 to 3 days a week of resistance training at a progressive scale, meaning that it gets harder and harder week over week. You're gonna have some muscle soreness, especially when you first start that routine, but that kind of is your signal to let you know that you're on the right track, exercising at the right intensity. So in next week's video, we'll talk about 2 other ways that you can build good, healthy bone.